Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Teasing the NFL, your destination for NFL teaser bets. I'm Daniel Saludo, along with Andrew Chang here. We are actually not doing a game breakdown. Those will be in the very future coming videos. What we are actually going to do is have a little fun here for the beginning of the kind of week or the weekend to come. We are actually going to break down the Super Bowl odds for all 14 teams in the playoffs. And so we're gonna kind of break down what their odds are, what their numbers show, and then maybe at the end we'll give you like kind of what our value pick of it is. So decided to change it up a little bit. And if you followed us last year, I actually made a prediction of choosing Kansas City. They were plus 400 when the wild card started, and I said Kansas City is the choice. That's what you should go with. And I wish I had bet it, but we couldn't get our book to get it, and I didn't have my own book at the time. So we are going to break down.
Last year I chose Baltimore.
Oh, you chose Baltimore. Yeah, you took the favorite.
The favorite, and that didn't pan out. But this year might be a little different. A lot of storylines behind the picks.
Yeah, and there's 2 extra teams this season. Only 1 bye week. So both the Chiefs and the Packers are not playing this wild card week, but all other 12 teams are playing. So we'll break this down real quick. We'll start in the AFC. You started Kansas, the favorite in the AFC to win the Super Bowl is Kansas City. They are plus.
Them Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean I picked them last season. We'll see how we pick them out. So I'm going to run through the list real quick. So Kansas City plus 250, Buffalo plus 650, Baltimore is plus 1,000, Pittsburgh's plus 2,000, Tennessee is plus 3,000. Indianapolis is plus 5,000 and Cleveland is plus 5,500.
Wow.
So not as big of a gap as you'll see than you would in the NFC, and there's obvious reasons to that. So just on a quick look, just looking on the AFC side, what are you thinking about, or what do you like?
Looking at the AFC side, I'm sorry to break it to you, but there's no way I'm gonna pick your black and gold.
I don't know. I mean, as much as I love my Steelers and everything, I mean, I don't know if they're really worth anything at 20-1. It's tough to really, I don't know, just kind of feel confident in them. There are other times where you've got a lower seeded team. And you're like, okay, they've got a chance to like make a run and go for it. And I actually kind of thought Tennessee kind of had that chance last year at 60-1. Mm-hmm. They almost made it. They made it to the AFC Championship.
I mean, your team definitely has the defense to go the distance.
Yeah, the concern is the offense. The concern is definitely the offense.
Correct. So on the flip side, in the AFC, I don't like KC that much because their defense has shown signs of vulnerability.
Okay.
So the next step down, I do like Buffalo.
Buffalo's plus 650, okay.
Kind of red hot right now. Yeah, and they're just going at it. So I like their matchups too, their potential matchups. So I think that might be the pick in the AFC.
All right,
if I had to choose.
I mean, if you look at like the low, long shot odds, you don't like Cleveland. They're very unlikely to win on Sunday night, not just because I'm the Steelers fan, but there's no Kevin Stefanski. They've got several COVID issues. And we'll break that all down in the future videos, but I don't really like that. Indy would have a shot, in my opinion, if their defense was 100%, but their defense is not 100%, and you have to worry about Rivers going on the road a bunch of times. Mm-hmm. I would like Tennessee if their defense was better. Their defense is terrible this season.
It was a far cry from what it was last season, to be honest.
Yeah. They were much better last season. They could blitz better. That was one of their keys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, you like Buffalo. That's not a bad choice.
So who do you like then?
So the 2 choices are probably in terms of, because everybody knows I go for the pure value and try and think of how they played the season and everything. Mm-hmm. I would probably pick Baltimore at 10-1 just because plus 1,000, just because they're kind of a hot team. And I'm all about good form going in, and defense wins championships. That's another thing I believe. It gets you there and have enough offense. The one question mark I still have with Baltimore is Lamar Jackson. Yeah, so that's the only problem that I have. And he doesn't have, and they don't have an easy matchup against Tennessee in the wild card round. So that's my only issue.
Yeah. Wow, it's like we've been doing this show forever just to kind of get the pick right off the bat.
Yeah. So that's kind of just the immediate thought of it. We'll switch to the NFC. So we have Green Bay plus 350. I have no idea what that was. Maybe we'll figure it out later.
Poltergeist.
No, definitely not a
Teasing
poltergeist.
the NFL.
Definitely not a poltergeist. No, I think some Miami fans might have been yelling at you.
Oh no! No.
No, we're not doing that. So okay, Green Bay plus 350, New Orleans plus 800, Tampa Bay is also plus 800, Seattle plus 1300. The Los Angeles Rams are plus 3,500. Chicago is plus 8,000, and the lowly Washington football team is the big launch shot at plus 10,000.
Oh,
100
man.
to 1.
Oh, that's pure.
So
value.
that's good value, right, bro?
Pure value,
That's
right
great value,
there, man. I love a comeback story. Alex Smith, and just going for it all. That's gotta be the pick, right? Wrong.
Sure, if you're a gambler, sure, why not?
As much as I would love to put just, 100.
You can put $10 on that. That's $1,000.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine? Really, honestly. No, I can't imagine them advancing through the first.
They'll be in the breakdown, but I think they have a shot to keep it close against Tampa Bay, and they'll have a chance to win. But that's in the breakdown.
Somebody wants Tom, and Tom's coming for you.
Whatever.
Oh, man.
Hard to trust. All right, so looking at this, obviously this one has a much bigger spread amongst the odds and the teams because, as we know, like Washington did not finish with a winning season. Chicago did not finish with a winning season, so it's a lot more gap in terms of the odds. So what are you looking at here?
My pick actually might surprise you. I think all this time I've been saying Green Bay, Green Bay, Green Bay. But for the value, and there's a little bit of gambling in me. I want to say
that's it. Just a little gambling.
Just a little bit. I'm gonna go with Old Man Tom.
Okay.
Tampa Bay.
800. Okay.
So I mean, the reason why I kind of like it is that we know that Green Bay can score. And if they advance in the first round, Tampa Bay is going to be the one that plays Green Bay. And there have been, I think, 2 games that they played.
No, if Green Bay, yes, yeah, okay, yeah. If the likely situation that all the home teams win, then yes, Tampa Bay would be the opponent for Green Bay.
Correct. Yeah. And when they played in the regular season, now I know it's different, but I just didn't like what I saw from Green Bay. I also do have a concern of Green Bay's defense, even though that they can score. I was honestly leaning to either the Saints or Tampa Bay, but I like Tampa Bay just a little more than the Saints. It's kind of like the story that everybody wants. The Patriots failed. Tom Brady's still going into the playoffs, so you're just like, we wonder, and I think we're gonna find out the answer. But I mean, that's who I like in the
NFC side.
NFC. So what is your kind of?
Normally in this situation, I would take Green Bay.
So you're not taking Green Bay either. That's interesting.
Normally I would, but I really like them. And the reason why I choose them is because amongst all the teams that are in the NFC, who I think they're going to play against in the AFC, which is Kansas City, I really think. That's what I think is likely. That's not what I think the best value is. I think Green Bay has the best chance to really beat KC in terms of keeping up with them in a shootout of scoring. So normally that's what I would go with. However, I'm looking at overall form, I'm looking at value for the number that it is, and surprisingly, I'm going to take Seattle.
What? No.
13 to 1.
Oh,
I'm getting over
Danny.
10 to 1. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. So 13 to 1 for Seattle. I get 13 to 1 for Seattle. Seattle, as he knows, I really like development of form as you're going into the playoffs. So Seattle -1 bad loss is really on the rise. They're getting healthier. One of the problems that Seattle is having, and it'll be in the breakdown for this matchup against the Rams that we'll have soon, is that they're getting healthier, not just on defense. We know their defense was terrible, but their offense has struggled recently. That's because they have issues on their offensive line. But if they can get a full offensive line, that opens up the running game, and guess what that means? That opens up the passing game. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Russ can cook again.
Oh God,
you remember how good Russ was at the beginning of the season?
I remember, dude. I definitely remember. We would just almost bet them almost every other week, and they would be in our cards in the no sweat. But I get it, and I think I kind of use your mantra. The form, the momentum going into the playoffs. how red hot are you, this and that. So it was kind of a tough choice for me, Tampa Bay and the Saints. Of course, no doubt, everyone would want to pick the favorites, Green Bay and KC, but just to get like that little extra incentive value, it's just that I feel, with both those teams, the two quarterbacks are kind of like not old. Well, they're old and they're kind of like,
especially with Brady. I mean, yeah, they are the oldest quarterbacks in the league.
Brady doesn't know what down it is, and Drew Brees, he's still banged up. I mean, you just don't.
I don't think he's 100% either. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a tough call. I feel that the Saints have a better defense, but Tom will just always find a way to win in these situations. So
he hasn't twice against New Orleans. So just remember that.
Dude, third time's the charm, but
could be.
It could be, but who knows? It was a toss up, and I just like the story of everyone hating on Tom. So, and we all know that 2020 was a great year. So, who knows? It could be better for some.
All right, so we are going to do a mock pick, I guess, if you want to call it that. You have a $100 bet.
Okay.
On one of these 14 teams. Who are you putting in on?
Oh man, I gotta go first. Oh, I gotta look like a dum-dum first. Oh, okay.
You want me to go first? I'll go first if you want me to.
Go first, dude.
All right, yeah. Okay, so I'm obviously between Baltimore and Seattle in this, and I am going to pick Seattle, and the reason why is I'm just getting a touch more value in it, and I can trust Seattle, Pete Carroll, and Russell Wilson that much, a little bit more than I can Baltimore and Lamar Jackson. Now, once they get through Tennessee, if they beat Tennessee, then I'll be much higher on Jacksonville. On Baltimore and Jackson. Sorry, I mixed the two up. Sorry. Yeah. So I'll be much higher on it at that point. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, last in the league. So I'm gonna put a theoretical $100 bet on Seattle plus 1,300. I think they've got a real chance to come up as kind of that underdog to come in and kind of bring a lot of heat. Both on the offense and defensive side.
Oh man, I like that pick. All
right, cool. Let's split a bet.
I mean, yeah. I think we're gonna split it anyway.
Side note: this is from my book. I use mybookie.ag. So this is where I got the numbers from. Your book, if you're in Vegas or if you're offshore, is gonna give you maybe slightly different odds, but I'm basing it just off of the odds that we get off of my book.
Man, you know what? I think I'm just gonna have to choose Buffalo.
Okay. All right.
Circle the wagon, bro, dude.
I like it.
The wagon.
That's cool, man. It's hard to not like Buffalo because man, Josh Allen is looking good. I mean, he's probably gonna. I'll be honest. Rodgers should win MVP, but I think Allen should get second.
Yeah, he could definitely make a case for it, and I think it's just, you look at the coaches for some of these teams. Obviously, Andy Reid, classic. He knows his way around the league. But if you look at Green Bay with LaFleur, young, energetic. McDermott, not so young, but he's still a very dynamic coach. I like him a lot. So, I kind of like Buffalo to, just win it all. I think even if it was your Seattle Seahawks or the Green Bay Packers, I think they would just outright outscore them because we both know their defenses are just maybe interchangeable. One's higher than the other or this and that, but they're very close ranked in defense, I feel. So who's going to step up? Who's hungrier in a sense, And you can make a case for anybody, but I think Buffalo has been a little bit on the doorstep, and now I think this could be their year. So I'm gonna pick them.
All right, cool. Maybe you actually throw a bet out there. Who knows? Maybe we'll split one. $50.
Split we'll
$5.
$5? No, I'm kidding. There's no value in that. America.
There's not. Yeah, you don't get enough cover on it to feel like it. All right, so so just theoretical. I really like the Saints, the Seattle Seahawks chances in this. Saints not a bad choice either, but I really like the odds I'm getting with Seattle. I think they've got a good run up to the playoffs. And Andrew is liking the really hot form of Buffalo. It's a really great choice as well. I would probably prefer maybe a little bit better odds, but maybe your book's got 800. Go for that. That'd be nice.
That'd be awesome.
All right, so leave us a comment in the boxes below. Let us know based on these odds, who you really like. Let us know if you would actually put a $100 bet or a $50 bet, maybe a 10, whatever. Let us know who you like in these odd scenarios. But for Andrew Chang, I'm Daniel Saludo. If you like the content you got in this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe, tick the notification bell, and select all. That way you stay up to date with all of our latest videos and previews for the rest of the season. Again, we'd like to thank you for joining us in this playoff to Super Bowl preview. We are up for the Saturday games. Those are coming up very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. But until next time, make sure you get your bets in. And of course, don't forget to be a tease.